All right, everyone. Today we are going to do a review of fractions, adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. Let's take a look at emoji Betsy. She's looking a little different, a little tough today. What does she have to say? All right, fraction warriors. I'm dressed with my math armor, bandana, and leather. I'm ready to conquer the fraction review together. Are you with me? Yes, yay. All right. The oldest piece of chewing gum is over 9,000 years old, and that's gum that's been chewed. I know it sounds kind of gross, eh? All right. Let's take a look at our first problem. What do I like to do every time? Read the problem, right? So let's read the problem. 6 over 11 plus 5 over 33 plus 1 over 22. Ooh. We've got to find a common denominator. So the first thing I want to do, just because I like to do them vertically, I'm going to rewrite it vertically. 6 over 11 plus 5 over 33 plus 1 over 22. Let's see what the common denominator is going to be here. Do you remember how to get a common denominator? We're adding, so the only way to add is if the bottom numbers are all the same. We've got 11, 33, and 22. Remember, we look at the biggest number. What's the biggest one? 33. Will 11 go into 33 evenly? Yes, it will, 3 times. Will 22 go into 33 evenly? No. So we cannot use 33. So then what do? We have to double it. 33 times 2 is 66. Will 11 go into 66 evenly? Yes. Will 22 go into 66 evenly? Yes. So 66 is our common denominator. So that's what we're going to use. So I'm going to write it here for all 3 of them. And remember, we're adding, so we want to make sure we don't forget that we're adding. Any questions with that? We always look at the biggest number on the bottom and see if the other ones will go into it evenly. So 22 times 3 is 66. And 1 times 3 is 3. 33 times 2 is 66. And 5 times 2 is 10. 11 times 6 is 66. And 6 times 6 is 36. Everyone doing okay? So what do we do next? We're going to bring down our common denominator, 66. And then we're going to add our 3 numerators together. 3 plus 10 plus 36. 36 plus 10 is 46. 46 plus 3 is 49. And we've got 49 over 66. Can we reduce this? Well, what number is going to 49? 1, 7 times 7 is 49. And then 1 times 49 is 49. Will 7 go into 66 evenly? No. Will 49 go into 66 evenly? No. So this is reduced as best as we can. So we're done there. All right, let's move on. Number 5, or not number 5, for me, number 5, page 5. All right, here. What does Betsy have to say here? All right, fraction warriors, doing great. Let's keep up the momentum. I am a word of letters 3 and 2 more, add 2 more and fewer there'll be. What am I? Think about it. If you need to stop the video to think about it a little bit, go ahead. I will give you the answer at the end. So here we go. Now we're subtracting 12 and 2/3 minus 4 and 3/4. Again, I like to write mine vertically, so that's what I'm going to do. Like addition, we have to have a common denominator to subtract our fractions. So let's look at our denominators. 4 is the bigger number. Will 3 go into 4 evenly? No. So times 4 by 2, 8. Will 3 go into 8 evenly? No. 4 times 3 is 12, and 3 goes into 12. So our common denominator is 12. All right. I'm not going to worry about these numbers out front. If you want to subtract them ahead of time, you can do that, but we're not going to worry about those right now. All right. 4 times 3 is 12, and 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12, and 2 times 4 is 8. Now look here. We've got 8 minus 9, which will be negative, right? We're subtracting 8 minus 9. So what we can do is we can come over to this 12 and we can borrow 1. So we can make this an 11. And when you borrow 1, all you're doing is adding these two numbers together, because it's like adding 12 over 12, right? Because 12 over 12 is 1. Why did I do 12 over 12? Because the common denominator. But in reality, all you're doing is adding the top and bottom number. 8 plus 12 is 20 over the common denominator. And then we'll just bring down this one. Does everybody see that? The easiest thing to do when you borrow 1 is to add the top and bottom here and put it on the top. 8 plus 12 is 20. And then just carry over your common denominator. And why does that work? If we're taking 1 away, that means we're adding 1 here. And for common denominator, if you're going to add 1, we're going to add 12 over 12, which is 1. But you don't need to even do that. Just add these two numbers together. 20 over 12. Now, common denominator comes down. 20 minus 9, 11. Now come over here and subtract out front. 11 minus 4, 7. And there you go. Now, if you would have subtracted these out front first, then we would have ended up with a negative number here, and we would have had to go take it away anyways. So I'm happy we didn't subtract out front first. Everybody doing okay? We'll do some more of these so that you understand it better. That one's a little more difficult. What do we have here? We're multiplying and dividing. All right, emoji Betsy, what are you saying? All right, fraction warriors, keep going. We are becoming fraction pros. I am alive. Oh, the last one was few. I am alive without breath. I am as cold as death. I am never thirsty, but always drinking. What am I? Think about that for a minute. If you need to stop the video to think about it, go ahead. But we're going to keep moving on. I'll tell you the answer at the end. 2 times 8 is 16. 16 plus 5 is 21. And I've got times 5 over 3 divided by 14 over 10. Well, order of operation tells us to go left and right. So let's do the multiplying here on the left first. So I'm just going to look at these for now. And when I look at these, I want to ask myself, can I reduce anything? Well, yes. 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 21 7 times. I got an 8 left on the bottom. There's no more I can reduce, so we're going to multiply across. 7 times 5 is 35. 8 times 1 is 8. Then we still have to divide 14 over 10. So take a look at that for a minute. Do we have any questions there? I'm going left to right. I multiplied first. Now I'm going to divide. But remember, we don't divide the fractions. We change them to multiplication. So as soon as I change that sign there, I've got to flip the next equation. And now we can reduce. 7 goes into 14 twice. And 7 goes into 35 5 times. Now, there's different ways of reducing. You don't have to do it the same way I do it. All right, now I can say 8 and 10 are both even, so I can reduce those by 2. Or I can say 10 and 2 are both even and reduce those by 2. I'm going to just do 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 2 into 10 is 5. Can I reduce the 2 5s up here? No, because they're both on the top. When you reduce, it has to be one from the top and one from the bottom. So all I can do now is multiply across. 5 times 5 is 25. 8 times 1 is 8. And how many 8s fit into 25? 3. That makes 24. And there's 1 left over. There you go. I am alive without breath. I am as cold as death. I am never thirsty, but always drinking. What am I? I'm a fish. Have a good day. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you subscribe.